one of my friends after 2 years had to go back to India just because people tell that this is an accommodation and you can take the keys when you come, but when you come, there is no accommodation because the scam rate for these things are also very high in Dublin. There might be case that 1% of the people are racist.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Sheikh Noor Kaaba, and today I'm back with another interesting episode of College Junior Student Connect, and I have with me Shreya Malik, who pursued her MSc in Digital Marketing from UCD Smurfit, which is University College Dublin. Hi Shreya, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good too, Shreya. Thank you for sparing your valuable time to be with us.
No problem.
Yeah, I know you are already very busy and you're based in Dublin at the moment, and you're working in Dublin right now, if I'm not wrong. So today let's go backwards. Let's go backwards today. I would like to ask. So, what are you working right now for a company?
Yeah, I'm currently working as a social media and marketing manager for a fashion company based in Dublin. And basically, I have learned learning in digital marketing that social media is that field which I love. And that's the major reason I pursued digital marketing from UCD Smurfit.
That's great. So, were you placed right after you graduated? Did your college help you in your placements, or was it on your own?
To be honest, we expected a lot from our college, but they did not help us with any placements. Yes, they used to send regular emails and they told about various jobs, but that's not what help a person coming abroad would require. So it was all on our own search. Like I had to apply to approximate 10-20 jobs every day. And it took me a month to finally land into a job that I would love and that suits what role I did in Ireland.
So, Shreya, apart from the place where you're currently working, did you also get accepted to other companies? Like you said,
this is my second job after my master's, and the first job I got when there were approximate 3 months left to complete my master's. So yes, I got many opportunities, but I selected the best one. This is my second job after my master's right now.
That's amazing to hear. That's amazing. I mean, people struggle. I struggle. I did not find a single job. I had to come back to India. I knew I was coming back to India, but that's amazing to hear. So, Shreya, apart from the fact that you're a brilliant student for getting so many opportunities, what would you say was the factor which enabled you to get so many acceptances in so many places, despite you saying the college did not help you? But was the name UCD Smurfit a factor, or was it something else also which enabled you to get a job?
I guess it was one factor, but I was very, very scared that I would not get a job because as compared to my friends, I'm just 23 years old right now. And as compared to the friends who were in my classes, they all are 25 to 30 years of age. So they came with a lot of experience. But when I knew that it's hard to get a job, so for freshers, there are two things. Either you get into a graduate role, or the thing that I used was from day one, I started doing some certifications. I participated in various internships and events. And I guess that made me learn many things, which even the experienced people did not learn. And that's the reason I was able to show all those skills in my resume. And that's the reason I landed up getting various jobs.
So from what I understand, you mean to say your certifications, you put in extra effort towards getting certifications. You spend a lot of time in extracurricular activities and doing internships, which built up your CV basically for the kind of job that you'd want. And I've heard this from many viewers, who said they're lacking experience because we Indians, we have this thing in our mind, if I'm not wrong, Shreya, because you're 23 years old, that's very young. And we have this thing, and our parents have this thing, ki padhai pehle khatam kar le, uske baad naukri.
Exactly.
When I was also in doing my LLM masters, I was one of the youngest in my class, and rest were all 5 years, 6 years, 7 years elder to me. They had already a lot of experience. Me, I had directly gone right after my bachelor's. LLM khatam karke uske baad dekhunga naukri. So Shreya, you went there for your masters. So you pursued which course in India?
I did Bachelor of Commerce with honors in economics from SD College Chandigarh, which comes under Punjab University. And then I did 1 year of job which was not related to my field at all. And that's how later during the COVID time I decided that digital marketing is something that I want to learn and something I love, and that's the reason I came abroad.
Okay. So you pursued your bachelor's from Punjab University.
Yeah.
And then you took a break of, you worked for 1 year, and that is when you decided you would pursue your master's.
So I got into UCD Smurfit in 2019 as well, and in 2020 as well. So it was 2020 when I decided that I will move abroad, because I got a very good job opportunity, which people don't get in India. I got the role of a deputy manager in ICICI Bank in Delhi. So that was the reason I stayed back, and I wanted to see that maybe if I work in India, I might like that field, or I might get into better opportunities. But honestly, working 1 year in a bank, I realized that the work experience and the job life will never change in India. So that's the reason I plan to come abroad.
I can attest to that fact. Yeah. So Shreya, you said you did not like the job, and so was it you pursued your bachelor's of commerce in economics, like economics honors you did. So was it always like you wanted to go abroad for your master's, or were you also looking at options like why not India and you chose to go abroad, Shreya?
It was always my dream to come abroad, but I was never sticking to that option. So my thoughts changed when, like everyone in India, I was running in a cat race and a competition of doing MBA in life, because people after commerce think that that's the only life. You have to do MBA, get in an IIM, make your parents proud, and that's the only life. So I also did MBA. I tried 1 year giving the cat, but I learned that that's not my field, that's not my passion, and I won't follow the cat race. So that's when I stepped back. I started researching, I started understanding what my passion is. And then I got to know that TCD and UCD are two B schools that are very famous in Ireland, basically for marketing and digital marketing. So it was more about, like, if you do MBA in India, it's the same price as compared to the masters in foreign countries. Wow. And here I spent the same money, followed my passion, and I am in my dream job right now.
So Shreya, like you said, UCD Smurfit and TCD, that's Trinity College Dublin.
Yeah.
They are the best B schools. So it was always Ireland for you, or were there some other countries or colleges that you looked into, like for the viewers, who'd want to know if there are other places that they would want to go to?
So I looked into Canada as well, but coming back from Punjab, it's a mini Punjab again, and I didn't want to go there. That was one reason. And
okay.
I researched some colleges in London as well, but I guess London is known more for law and fashion schools than B schools. So during that time, it's only certain recent years only that Ireland has become so popular. It was not popular like 10 years down the lane. So doing a research, the growth rate is good, the work life is very good in Ireland, and the Irish people are very nice. So that was one reason which made me choose it, like the final one.
Okay, that's amazing. And I can attest to the fact, like my own friend, my own classmate from school, she also did her BCom or BA honors from LSR, and then she went to Ireland. I don't know whether it's UCD itself. So she did it from a B school, and she's placed in LinkedIn, and she's a vice president of some branch in LinkedIn. And I can attest to that fact which you're saying right now, and that Ireland is actually come up. And to all the viewers who are watching, I just confirm this with Shreya right now, because I really like Ireland is not a part of UK. Northern Ireland is. So Ireland is completely separate, and Dublin is a beautiful place. So Shreya, like coming back to one of the most important factors which students also want to know about, like you said, like the cost of doing an MBA in India, because I'm also researching for my own brother right now, and I know it's almost the same as doing MBA abroad. So what were like the I wouldn't want you, like, if you feel comfortable to answer, what were like the expenses like? Was it self-funded? Did you take a loan? Or like, how was it?
So in my case, my total fees was 20,000 euros. And apart from that, you can, like, I think it was COVID, so we saved a lot of expenses because we didn't go to the university. We had to stay in our homes. So, but approximately what I talked to, because I came here with the help of an agent. So I guess it's approximately 10,000 euros above, which is your 1 year expense. And I did not take a loan. I came on my self funds. So but the easy thing is that after 1 month you get a PPSN here, which allows you to work. And I started working after 2 months as for my part-time, and that made me manage all my expenses.
Okay, you started working part-time. I was going to come into the part-time, and many people already get into it. So one question before that, were you in you joined in 2020, right, Shreya?
Yeah.
So you were in Ireland during that time, or were you in India itself?
No, we were in Ireland.
You were in Ireland, but the classes were happening in online mode.
Yeah.
Classes were happening. So when did the classes go into online? Was all your classes online, or did it go into offline?
No, it was never offline. It was always online for 1 year.
Always online. Shreya, we'll come back, guys. We'll come back to the expenses part. I just want to ask Shreya, because again, now we are hearing about a new various combinations of variants of coronavirus, which is never going to end. I guess we just have to live with it. Do you think that played a difference? Were you I won't say unhappy? Did you feel that I'm not getting the full value for money since it's completely online? Did you feel anything like that?
Yeah, we did feel for example, there was a ball night few months back in our college, and we wanted to ask the college that if we can attend it with our current course going on, but they never came back to it. So that is one factor which UCD missed as compared to TCD, that they never gave us an opportunity to enjoy those events later on. And yes, I came abroad because we always have a dream to go into big universities, enjoying the life there, talking to new people. So that is one thing that I missed. But now I guess it's in the work field that I talk to new people, meet new people. So for example, if I compare TCD and UCD, TCD has a ball night this Saturday, and they have allowed the previous year course as well, if they want to come. They had a holy night which was for all the Indians, and they allowed anyone to come. So that is one thing that I think UCD lacks, that they are not as giving as TCD. And even if it was COVID, TCD had offline courses for 3 months, but I have only been to college for 2 times in the whole year, and it was only because of my convocation and once to submit my documents.
Okay, that's disheartening to hear. Because I know when we go, and I have heard many people deferring their admissions to post-COVID. They went for 2021. I've interviewed quite a few people. Shreya, didn't you think about deferring your admission, or was it you always wanted to complete your course?
No, because if I compare it in terms of education, I feel that my course was very, very nice. Even if it was online, the teachers and the course material they gave was very nice. The way they taught us during the classes, having some fun activities, and the teachers made sure that everyone participated even in the online classes. So that was one factor that I loved about my online course.
Okay. And were the teachers very supportive and helpful, with your doubts and everything? Did they give you guys ample time to come back because you'd have a lot of doubts and, in your mind? So with your lecture.
Yeah, they were very nice about it. They even took the silliest doubts. Okay. And I guess in my course, there were many Indians, and it was always Indians full of doubts. So I never felt that racist thing in my college, which many people do feel in foreign countries. So they were very supportive. They made sure that everyone understands, even if it's online. They made sure that we keep on asking them questions. And yes, they were very supportive.
Okay. And now coming back, you were allowed to work part-time, Shreya. So was there any limit on how many hours you could work, or
Yeah. So if you're doing your master's in Ireland, you can work 20 hours a week, and the minimum rate is around 10 euros per hour, about 10 to 11 euros per hour. So that makes you manage your daily expenses. And apart from that, during the Christmas break and the summer break, which is from June to September, you can work 40 hours. So these are the 2 times you can work 40 hours a week.
So you work kind of throughout the year, Shreya, apart from the time your exams and all were there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I did it throughout.
Yeah, throughout. And I mean, getting 10 euros, in Netherlands, that is a very drawback, I would say. You're not allowed, you need a lot of insurances, permissions and stuff to work. And because of the language barrier, it's very difficult to work. And I mean, this is the good thing about colleges in UK and also in Ireland. And Shreya, coming back to one of our last questions, like what about the accommodation? Did you take the university accommodation, Shreya, or was it a private accommodation for you?
No, I took my private accommodation, which was in the Dublin city, and I did not took a college accommodation basically because it was expensive for me.
Okay.
So that's one reason. But right now it's very difficult to find an accommodation in Dublin because we are facing accommodation crisis. But that time it was quite easy because of COVID, and the prices were also very less.
So, Shreya, like currently at the current moment, you said there is an accommodation crisis, which is the same factor I've seen with many European countries right now, apart from London. I mean, UK, we kind of like, I mean, England, we kind of know people always have been booming, so they have ample opportunities. But now everyone is getting smarter and they are looking for opportunities outside England, to be specific. So at the current scenario, what would you suggest the students to do, like to take up the university accommodation despite it being expensive?
No, I would not suggest that, because when I had to come to Dublin, so it was like, I guess, one factor which helped me, like one of my cousins is living here. Okay. So I started searching a job before 1 month. I had to come to an accommodation, and you can go on Daft or you can go on Facebook Marketplace. There are houses coming every day, and select the best one. And if you have a close contact, just tell them to view the place, because the scam rate for these things are also very high in Dublin. Like, people tell that this is an accommodation and you can take the keys when you come, but when you come there is no accommodation. So my sister viewed that place, we paid the money beforehand, and we had an accommodation when we had to come to Ireland.
Okay, that's great. And
because the difference is very high. For example, if you are coming on a student loan, we want to pay as much less rent as possible. So I guess for the university accommodation, it would be more than €1,000, whereas I paid only €550 per month.
And the same happened to me. I had to leave my university accommodation, and I had to, the 1 month before my course started, I was just always on Facebook, online, and trying to find accommodation. The viewing thing, which I've explained it in my own video, which I had done priorly. So how do you describe Dublin as? UCD Dublin, why and like you said, it's one of the best places for B schools right now. How do you describe your experience, in a nutshell, despite the fact that it was completely online? Right now, I guess you have visited the university twice, but how do you describe UCD as, Smurfit?
I would describe it as very nice. The people and the professors are very welcoming. In general, Irish people are very, very kind. And there might be case that 1% of the people are racist, but the people I have met till date, they are not at all racist. They are very welcoming, always asking things about India. And in fact, UCD itself is a very beautiful place. And Smurfit is a B school. It's a bit small as compared to UCD, but the Belfield campus is beautiful. And I guess it was a good experience. I just missed my college life, but that was not in my hands. I guess that was destiny. So in general, it was a very good experience.
So Smurfit, it's based in, it's a suburb of, it's a sub-city of Dublin, or it's far, it's away from Dublin?
Yeah, they both are few minutes away from each other, but one is a Belfield campus and one is Smurfit. So in Smurfit, it's B school. There are mostly courses of MBA, Masters or MSc. And in the other part, it's engineering and doctor courses.
Okay, Shreya. And Shreya, my last question is, Shreya, you said you got into jobs, you applied. So how did you look for jobs? Was it through LinkedIn? Was it through contacts? What was the process for the viewers, who'd want to go there? And I guess most of us, 90% of us who go abroad would want to get a job abroad. What was the process that you followed?
I guess I just use two platforms, LinkedIn and Indeed. And most people find a job through Indeed, because it also LinkedIn gets most of the professional jobs, but on Indeed there is a job for every fresher as well. I did apply for graduate roles as well, but one factor that made me step back from that was that for a graduate role you have to stay there minimum for 2 years. So for example, I am currently doing my second job, so I guess that would not be possible if I would have taken a graduate role. And once you take a new job, you are not sure that whether you would like it or not. So for all the freshers, they should not be scared. You have a graduate role to apply here, but I would prefer always to look for other opportunities, and LinkedIn and Indeed are the two platforms that were really helpful for me.
What is a graduate role, Shreya? Graduate role, as you said, what is it?
It's just basically for freshers who don't have much years of experience.
Okay.
And there is a site that is Grad Ireland. It has all the graduate roles that come from time to time. And in those roles, they basically help you to develop your skills and learn into that field. And after 2 years, once your graduate role is finished, then land into a very good job.
Okay, it's like kind of like a paid internship, loosely speaking. Can I say that? Loosely speaking.
But it does not they do not give a bad package. They give a very good package.
Very good package. Yeah, like a good paid internship, a very good paid internship. Yeah. Okay. Shreya, like it was amazing talking to you. And so like your last advice to the students, what would you say like to people aspiring to do digital marketing, content creation, people who are interested in social media? What would your advice be?
I will just advise them that if they have a love for social media and content creation, start building your Instagram or any social media pages, because I have my own food blog, and I guess that helped me getting my dream role as well, because people see your portfolio and your skills. Next would be many like agencies don't tell you this because they have the role of sending you abroad, but some people face a problem of getting a work permit here because there is a list of jobs that do not fall under the permit category. So if you're coming to abroad, just give a look on those categories, that whether the role you are doing and the job you will do, it comes into that. Because one of my friends after 2 years had to go back to India just because that particular role did not like get into the permit category. So that is very important, because that no one will tell them, because we get to know about that once you are here.
Okay, that's amazing advice, Shreya. That's amazing. To all the viewers watching, please do follow up on this. Like what Shreya said, look at the whatever job you're going for, whatever course you're going for, do make sure that you get a work permit for the job afterwards.
Yeah.
Shreya, it was wonderful talking to you, and thanks a lot once again for sharing your amazing insight with us. I'm honestly disheartened a little bit that you couldn't enjoy your college life as much as you wanted to, but I'm glad that you have found a job. You're in a second job, and I hope you go much higher. And any other Indians that do go to UCD Smurfit, they also get jobs out there. Yeah. And if there are any questions, please do comment below. Shreya, whenever she is free, she'll be very happy to answer them, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And please do like the video if you found it informational, and also do subscribe to our channel. It'll keep us motivated to get more videos about more colleges. We are trying our best to get more people involved into it. Thank you, Shreya, once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day, Shreya.
Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Catch up soon.